What's up, family? Welcome to Get It Out, where we confront hard issues like drug addiction, life after prison, and your mental state. I'm your man, William Lyles, here with my co-host, Big Pat.
What's going on?
And today, because we haven't been able to get in the studio as much as we need to.
No.
So today, we're going to talk about things that has been going on with us the past couple weeks.
Yeah, man. I'm always quick to want to talk on this one because I want everyone to know that this man right next to me is my brother, and I love this dude to death. Sometimes we bring the most heat on those that are closest to us. We also work together, so we see each other a lot during the week. We also do the show together, but going into last month, I experienced something. I had a loss and did not perform at work or anything, didn't do anything for 2 weeks while I was really sorting through some feelings. And then my back was against the wall. So I do have good experience in my profession, so I was able to turn around. But
yes,
sometimes because of our complacency in life, we can lash out at others when we're not seeing the productivity or something that we may like. But we put our backs against the wall. It's really no one else's fault but our own.
You against you.
Had an incident at work where in my mind, I thought that Will had just gone out, said, "Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to blank blank Kia, where we work," and then just handed it off to me and said, "Now we're going to split that deal." I automatically assume things, and then luckily we're good enough friends that we can work past it and stuff. But it was definitely an abrasive moment.
That's not how I move.
No, it was definitely an abrasive moment because you start getting an attitude and you start saying things that you just react to an emotional situation in your own self. And I say things like, well, if this is how my friends are, who needs enemies if you got friends like this? Just something smart ass and uncalled for at the time. But again, Will knows me. He knows my heart. He knows my purpose. And thankfully, when you have good friends, they can see past you, even when you do things that are probably not in the best for a positive and productive atmosphere.
And that's the thing. When an event happens, one thing we don't do is we don't look at the event and the person and say, this is not who that person is. It even happens, in my personal life. Like, don't look at something that's happening today. Look at what's normally going on, who I am. And if who I am is not reflecting on something that's going on now, that's just an event that's going on. Mm-hmm. So when you said that to me, one part of me wanted to get real upset.
Yeah.
Like, real upset.
I get it.
But then the other side, that ain't Pat. But I just wasn't finna let myself come pull you to the side. So I'm like, I ain't the one that, went out. But that's not, we can be what we choose to be, but that's not who you choose to be every day. No. So I knew, okay, just say what you're going to say. And
right.
Because that's not Pat, and my reaction would not have been me.
I was, you get yourself, again, you put yourself in you back yourself against a wall sometimes. We all do, because certain things happen and, we're human. We deal with things. We deal with trauma and pain and just, loss in a different way. We all deal with it in a different way. But sometimes when we put everything on hold, your bills don't stop. Stuff still has to get paid. There's relationships and just basic everyday stuff that we have to do to be productive. You have to work. So that stress, even though we brought it on ourselves, we lash out. Inadvertently, we lash out. And, I think the thing is when you have that instant regret, when you say something and you walk out and like, damn.
Because that's the only thing that hurt me. Who want friends like that? Yeah. Oh, I want to fight. Like, I want a friend like me because I'm your friend. I'm truly your friend. So whatever you saying, I don't care about. But that's what I heard, who want friends like that. I didn't hear or care about nothing but like, who want friend? I want a friend like me because I'm your friend.
Right. Right. But you see, we're here. We're doing this show, and it's all good. But again, this is the stuff that you have to talk about, because if not talked about, friendships end. They will break apart, and you'll have somebody that you'll never talk to again that could bring so much positive to your life, but just because of your bullheadedness or your inability to talk about it, that relationship, friendship comes to an end. So
facts. Well, before we get to
we could have just
getting into our personal emotions that we don't like to do as much. I don't. Let's get to our quote of the day.
Oh yeah, quote of the day.
Quote of the day. Yes, sir.
All right, this is a good one. All right, the quote of the day. Acceptance is the answer to all of our problems today. When we are disturbed, it is because we find some person, place, thing, or situation unacceptable to us. Whatever this fact of our life is, we can find no peace until we accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it was supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens in this universe by mistake. In my own life, until I could accept my addictions to drugs, I could not cleanse them from my life. So unless we accept life completely on life's terms, we cannot be happy. We need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as on what needs to be changed in ourselves and in our attitudes. Love yourself, live in the moment, and enjoy this beautiful day.
So we want to, so you've dealt with some loss this month.
Yeah, last month.
And my wife dealt with some loss. And one thing you said to me was, you say, man, if something go wrong, I got to get up out of here. Nothing else to be said, like I got to go. And you like, you don't leave here for nothing.
No. No, Will, there could be the actual factual spotting of an armored tipped nuclear missile coming at the dealership, and Will would feel guilty about leaving. Like, well, maybe we should just make sure it's going to hit right on the dealership before I leave. You know, this guy, he stays, and with that wherewithal to go through that, the man is the most successful salesman at our job. Now, me on the other hand.
And you very successful. He's very successful working half the time that I work.
I'm like a samurai warrior for my emotions, and if I start to even just get a little swayed,
it's over.
It's over. Like, okay, there's nothing else we could do here today. I got to get off the lot and I got to go home and reboot. So
facts.
Now, and there's a reason that again, Will's on the lot, and there's times where I check out, but I think just like everything's a growing experience and stuff. When you see those close to you and somebody that you're spending time with, and they're constantly doing something and being successful, it does make you want to work harder too, because
we gotta go, man.
Yeah, it's just natural. And again, when you're in a crowd with someone that is overachieving and just being uber successful, just by default, that starts to rub off on you. And I mean, it's just the company we keep has a great factor on how successful and how we are in life as far as just overall.
I know you're gonna get to your personal, but I wanna ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're married and one of them, whether it's the man, husband or wife, one of them is trying to build and run a business.
Yes.
And the other has no idea or never even tried to find out anything that it takes to run this business.
Mm-hmm.
And this is for married couples. Like today, we're going to talk about personal things to see how we can help each other. So if the other hasn't tried or even attempted, hey, I know you're taking all these classes. I know you're trying to build this business. Okay, anything I can help with? What is it that I need to know? Any of that? Is it deceitful to not let your spouse know what's going on with a business that you are personally trying to build and run?
I mean, I don't know if it's deceitful, but I do know that if you don't get the right energy from someone, and there's something that you want to do and you feel like you're not being supported, I think there's one side of the token that there's some people that just, they go to their 9-to-5 job, they work their job hard every day, but their ambitions end there.
Right.
And they don't want to do anything else besides that and then just come home and rest and enjoy their family. To try to think outside the box causes more anxiety and worry than it's worth to them. The unknown, it's better to stay in the known than it is the unknown. You know what I mean? Because that fear can suffocate you. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing if somebody just isn't set that, their mind isn't set that way to always be pushing the boundaries and I got to get better and I got to get better. Some people, you know, there's nothing to be said with a guy that goes out, works 30 years, supports his family, puts his kids through school,
right?
You know, but just never had the ambition to go anything more than that, enjoyed his life. But as far as just trying to build and build, there was none of that.
But it's the difference with a boss. With a boss, okay, you trying to build
just saying
this.
It's not everybody can be a boss.
Right. But what I'm saying is you trying to build this company.
Yes.
You are, and here it is. Your wife feels like she should know what's going on, but she's done nothing to try to know what's going on, but wants to know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is when you're building a business, like you're focused on the building, it's like, I need to go tell my husband or I need to go tell my wife, hey, I got this investor or I'm doing it. It's just business, unless it's both of us are building this business. But business is business, home is home.
Yeah. I definitely think just thinking outside the box. If you're in a marriage, you're a team. And I think you have to it'll always be looked at that way. If somebody wants to help you, especially your spouse or your significant other, I would think if it's...
We're not talking about helping. We're talking about just want to know what's going on, but not helping.
Oh.
See the difference? See, a team we're building a business, but no.
I mean, if they
you're over here doing your thing,
be involved in stuff,
this person,
everyday
but that's what I'm saying.
Great.
If you that's great.
That's powerful.
But if it's none of that,
see, then
why would you think that that other person should come and tell you what's going on with the business that they're trying to build when you're not trying to be involved in no type of way?
If they're not trying to help, then it could actually be the other side of the sword where it could be counterproductive, I think.
Facts. And that's all I'm saying.
Because that energy is now just a critique on why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? When there's really no better insight on their end. It's just the fact
because
that
they're not trying to get the insight.
All there is just a negative emotion that's being thrown at it because they don't understand. And there's a good chance they don't want to understand either. They just want to throw out a negative.
That's it. And I'm just asking because
are just built like that. I think that's unfortunate.
And some people really don't. You know, listen, man, when they say you can't mix business with pleasure, like, man, that is the realest thing. Like, you can't be personal and then say because business over there and I'm connected with you personal, I'm just a part of business, but I'm not doing anything to be a part of business, but just want to, because we're personal. Like, that's not how business goes.
I would say one thing, just to interject though, too. Regardless of the spouse's intent, if it is negative, if you're taking funds away from a joint money pool or something that they have put.
What if it's none of that?
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying an exception, an asterisk. If the spouse, the man or the woman, has a joint account that money is being pulled from for that new business,
they should know.
They should know 100%. There's no way in hell that you ever get away with it and say, hey, this is just something I'm doing. It's my business. But if all the money is coming from the one spouse
trying to hustle and get investors.
Yeah, all
that's
that
different.
stuff is coming from one end. Then at that point, man, this is something that I'm doing. It's like,
right.
I'm going to the gym. I don't have to tell you my whole workout.
Right. And that's what, right. And just making sure, because sometimes you have to hear things from other people to
But again, there's levels of
right.
One, if they're going to participate with you, and if your spouse is going to participate and be a team with you, then 100% everything is transparent, because it'll just be more powerful.
I just don't see Donald Trump building a business and laying in bed like, yeah, I got 5 investors today, and just like if she has nothing to do with the business.
Right.
I don't see Jay-Z, I just did a business deal with Dame, and my business unless it's a part that you need to know about the business, because I am the owner and the boss of this business who knows what to do, unlike anyone else.
Right.
Just things that go on. You can't mix business with personal.
No, you can't. You can't. And I'll tell you, something that we've both seen work its way out, and when you try to have relationships in the workplace, it almost always explodes and blows up. It's one of those things that just, it seems to be a rule almost.
Yes, sir. It's universal law. Whether it's in the workplace or it's home, you cannot take business and implement personal.
No.
Because we personal, unless implemented in business, it doesn't work. Personal is personal, business is business. If you're not,
when you get your heart involved at the place you work, it's a recipe for disaster.
When you try to put your heart,
and
take it over to somebody else's business,
yeah,
like, because I love you, don't mean that you're over here with this business just because I got love for you. Like, you're not trying to contribute in no type of way for this business. But because I love you, I should tell you everything that's going on. No, the only thing you got to worry about is the money coming in.
Yeah.
Like, because you're not even trying to see, well, how do we put tires? Like, no. If you're not involved in the business, stay in the personal lane and just wait for the money to come in.
Yeah. I don't see, again, if no money's coming out, it's not like you're taking.
Yeah, we're not talking about taking out a joint account. We're talking about doing what you have to do over here to build the business. It's not taking money out the household or none of that you bring in. You're building the business, doing the things you need to do. And you know how it is. Like, people don't know what it takes to build a business. So majority business, whether it's houses, cars, or anything like that, the number one thing is investments.
Yeah.
Investors. Why? Because the number one thing is the product. You can go out and buy you 5-10 cars, but if you can have investors where you can go out and get you 30-40 cars, it's about the product that you will profit off of.
Right.
But if you're not learning this stuff, you won't know these things.
Right.
You won't understand why a person is making a move in business, because you're not doing anything to understand or trying to find out. But then just want to know what's going on, like it don't work like that.
Right.
But, I could be wrong sometimes, because what I've learned is, if whoever around you don't think you crazy, then you just like them and you're not taking you all where you want to go.
Yeah, and I just think that it's not for everybody to understand or need to know, and especially we don't discuss everything with
at all.
Every single bit of our life with our loved ones. I don't go home and tell my girlfriend, like, well, this is what happened on this deal today, or this is.
And sometimes I pillow talk too much.
Yeah, I try to just keep when I'm around, especially within the relationship. Most of the time it's just about us and stuff that is concerning us, really. When I leave work, it's good to not talk about work.
Yeah, but for me, because you different.
Yeah.
You'll leave before it's time to clock out. Sometimes at my job, we had to just deal with things to where I wish I could have just left, but I had to stay there and endure it endure it. So,
And you probably sold another car.
and probably sold another car, but had to come home like, yo, I wanted to explode here because this happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My wife is all I have to talk to about when I have to hold stuff inside that wasn't right coming toward me.
Yeah.
So that's
he's the same. We are the same in that when there's something that's bothering us, we are both joyful, very happy people to be around at work. I think we both bring an energy to the workplace that's productive. I mean, I know I try to every day, and I know you do too. But when something's affecting us, it's like, you just rip all of all the enthusiasm.
because we tried to do everything to not let it affect us.
Yeah, but it just shuts down.
We try to do everything to avoid it.
Mm-hmm. Instead of just doing what you're supposed to do.
It's just crazy.
You gotta let it roll off you sometimes. I mean, that's just the way life is.
But I watch you, brother. Like right now, we both have a lot on our plate, but you have a lot on your plate to where at any given moment, you might have to go and tend to a loved one.
Yeah.
And
my dad has been going through a lot of stuff. And I'll tell you, that's one of the hardest things I think in life is watching our parents age, and not only age, but have to go through pain and just not being able to function. I mean, my dad can't walk right now, and it's a very hard thing to a bitter pill to swallow. Just really a hard thing to really grasp, especially when these people have been a lot of times, you always looked at them as a strong point in your life, and then just naturally people get weak. You can't do the things that you used to do, and you just can't function the same way. But luckily my dad's out of the hospital. Probably will have to have another surgery, but that's always something that's when things are inevitable, the way things happen in life. We all have an expiration date, but you definitely don't want to see your parents in pain. You don't want to see your parents struggling, and you feel powerless sometimes. We work a lot of hours at our job, and luckily I work at a place where they've been very understanding. I mean, they let me, they
are very family oriented, and I can't take that away.
Awesome.
If it's something,
if you tell them that you need off for something with the family, they don't even question.
They ain't got mad at me because I ain't go to a few funerals. Like, why didn't you go? I'm like, well.
And that's another thing. This dude don't die if it's a day he's got to work. Just let you know that, because he ain't going to make the funeral. He'll say he might, but I'm just letting you know. Now, I would be there for you because I'm all about it, but he does not leave work.
Well, if it's affiliated with me 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be a part of the finances. And I can't help financially
if you're not at work
and still be at other places. So
you do. I'll tell you, that's something that people in your family are lucky to have you.
But I don't even think that, and it's not for them to understand, but it is real frustrating because all my teachings are telling me nobody's going to understand what you're doing. Well, but me and you, we want to be in Florida. We want to go where we want to go when we want to go. And if I don't fall out with everybody around me to get in a position where I need to get to be able to do these things, then I'm going to stay in the same place.
Right.
So right now I got to be that A-hole and that D.
Right.
Because y'all don't understand. It's like the game is meant to be sold, not told. No one around me has done the things that I'm doing in order to learn how to think, do, and be different to get to that next level.
Yeah.
So when you don't understand somebody like that, I don't understand me at times like, why won't you just leave? Because tomorrow is more important if God wake me up than today. So I'm always thinking about tomorrow to make sure tomorrow is good for those around me.
Yeah.
Just in case I don't wake up.
It's crazy because we both have been in situations that have driven us to say, okay, I'm never going to be in that situation again. But what you value a lot of times is completely different. Whereas you have a high overdrive for success and monetary gain. Whereas with myself, peace of mind is the mountaintop to me, man. Like joy and love, man. That you got me. I'm swimming in gold. So
Yes,
that's the difference, man. One person's idea of success. One person's idea of success could be completely different from the other, but it doesn't mean that you're wrong.
It doesn't mean that you're wrong.
I feel great. I've got.
We both chase the same success, Pat.
I mean, I'm like when I was telling you, I have X amount of dollars in my bank account now. And, 5 years ago, I'm smoking meth, but it's just like, damn, I'm sitting on this amount of money. And it's like, I'm there. I'm good. I'm golden.
Seriously.
I mean, I'm happy. This is great. It's
You don't
awesome.
have to look back no more.
I don't. I'm good.
Seriously.
I don't have to want for nothing. It's an awesome feeling.
But then he say to me,
But then you're like,
why you spending all your money? I'm investing everything because I'm telling you, here soon, every dime I'm investing in us is going to pay off.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
And I just don't have no fear because only way it ain't going to pay off is if I no longer have breath on this earth, man. So I just believe right now.
No, and it's not about not that I don't believe.
That's me.
I know it's not that I don't believe, but it's like you get to a point where you're successful and you're like, well, man, I don't. And you're over here like, dude, we're only halfway. We ain't even to the top yet, dude.
We ain't even to the top yet.
And I'm like, damn, Will, that's a lot more stairs. We're good right
That's
here.
right.
We got a great view. Like this is good, but it's good to have people in your corner that continue to push you and make you feel uncomfortable and let yourself know that there's more to this. You can take it in a bad way, like what the hell are they? But there's only one way. When you see someone that's climbing, I would follow. I would definitely follow because I don't think anything bad could come of it, especially when you see that they have drive and they have passion and they're following their heart, because those are the people that are the most successful in this world, the ones that aren't afraid to continually want more. You're not complacent. You know that it's not about working for somebody else. It's about working for yourself. And we all have that capability and that possibility to do that.
I mean, I feel like we got a mission, and I can't say 2-3 years from now that I can see myself working for anyone else and still giving myself to the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to get in a position to be able to give myself to the world, because the things that I've endured into where I'm at today, I mean, it can change anybody's life. It's like you. 5 years ago, you was on meth.
Yeah, actually,
you know
4.
What I'm saying? 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
July will be going on year 5 without no drink. Then
14 years in prison, and right now, we had conversations, but you just heard Pat say, we got money in our account that people don't even make in a year.
Yeah.
So it's not
cool
like
thing.
We couldn't sit back, but it's bigger than us. This is why we are here today, because making it through what we've made it through, it's a reason. Our life is bigger than us.
Yeah.
So I honestly can't sleep till I die, man. Like, if I'm not constantly on the hustle, then I feel like I'm cheating my time and I'm cheating my life, because I literally damn near slept for 14 years, man.
Yeah, I couldn't think anything would make you hungrier than being kept you're in a cage and your life's on hold until that cage opens.
And that's the one thing you have people that come to prison and their mentality, it was mine, Pat. When I got out, I knew when I got out. Like, I knew you just got to make it off parole so you don't have extra time and catch more time. So I said, I'm going to make it off parole before I get my first pack. But I knew I was going back to hustle because I didn't know anything else.
Right.
But when you sitting in there and you know what you're supposed to do and choose not to do it, I knew what I was going to do. I just didn't think the police would almost catch me 3 times. And I accomplished everything that I said I was going to do once I got off paper. So if I could do these things in the streets,
You could do it legit.
I could do it legit and ain't gotta watch, because it's a lot of time watching my back.
You ain't got to look anywhere over your back.
I don't have to look at any of that.
That has to feel good.
Any of that now.
Hell with that.
So my focus can stay on to where, like, you know, brother, it's my mom, my sisters, my wife. Like, I tell them in a minute, stay in your lane, because what I'm doing is going to get us where we need to get to.
Yeah.
And I done gave everybody the opportunity to say, hey, how can I help you? What do you need? So let me do what I'm going to do, because y'all ain't going to put in what it takes to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish for us.
Right.
Nothing is ever just for self. Like, if it was for self, life would be very easy for me.
Right. It's like you don't have to ask the hunter all the steps he took to kill the deer, I mean, if you bring that food back home for the family to eat, you know.
But some people want to know what you did, and it's like, if you want to know what I did, come out here with me and see.
Right, let's go hunt together.
Don't ask me something that is like, I could look at you and say, you don't ever want to go.
Especially if it's coming from a place of being overcritical or trying to say something and something that you're really not knowledgeable about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, and that's not only unfair, but it's counterproductive to the whole point of. And you're putting money and time, which is probably one of the most valuable commodities.
That's all we got.
All right.
Our ending quote of the day for today.
Typically, we only do one, but this has been a good show. We're going to end it with two. So, Sam Brown said, "They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Take that advice to heart. Surround yourself with those who push you, cheer for you, challenge you, and love you. Surround yourself with those who believe that the world is a beautiful place, those who are courageous, and those who make you grow. Today, remember that one of the greatest tragedies in life is to lose your own sense of self and accept the version of you that is accepted by everyone else. One life on earth is all we get, whether it's enough or not enough. And the obvious conclusion would seem to be, at the very least, we are fools if we don't live it as fully and bravely and beautifully as we can. Love yourself, live in the moment, and enjoy this beautiful day." That's the second time I've used that quote, but definitely fits in for what we were saying here today, especially, the things we surround ourselves with, the feelings, the attitudes that we decide to, marinate in. That is a direct reflection on the life we lead. So,
what you see and what you believe is what you will be.
Yes, sir.
So dream, believe, and put into action and put into work. That's what a lot of us don't want to do. Blessings come from the work being put in behind it. And we want to thank you all for joining in with us on Get It Out.
Whatever you got going on, whatever it is, if you leave that inside, you will stay half of what you were supposed to be. So whatever it is, you have an avenue, you have an outlet. We want to give you that. You need to get it out so you can heal, and so you deserve all the good things this life has to offer. Thank you for tuning in. Much love.
And I'm your host, William Lyles. Remember, you can be free anywhere as long as you know who you are. For more, go check out WilliamLyles.today. Leave comments, leave suggestions, and let's keep the conversation going. 1